Okay, so for filter delay, let's add another return track just for fun. Let's call it filter delay. And a filter delay is kind of exactly what it sounds like. It is two things, filter and delay. So what we have here is our signal coming in. We have a 3-band EQ. So we can set this one to lows, let's set this one to mids, and let's set this one to highs. And then let's say our high stuff, let's do a delay of 3/16 notes. Now remember, that's going to make it a little jittery. Low feedback. I want to pan this center. Now this is designed to be left and right initially, but you don't have to use it that way. So let's actually pan this. Let's actually use that. Left, right, and center. And so I'm not going to use this as low, mids, and highs. I'm actually going to use it as highs and slightly different highs. I'll put this one on 5. Okay, and then this one I'm going to turn off. Okay, so in my case, I'm only going to use the top and bottom. I could use the top and middle, it doesn't really matter. And I'm going to take in my left. So I'm going to filter just the high frequencies and delay those by 3/16 notes. It's pretty low feedback. I'm going to pan it left. I'm going to go all the way wet. Now this is a weird way to do this, but what I want is, this is not a dry wet amount. This is just a dry amount. So I want no dry. Now this one has a slightly different filter. It's a little bit lower, and I'm going to delay that by 5/16 notes. Also pretty low on the feedback. Pan it all the way right. Volume all the way up. And no wet. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I added this little drum loop to this because we've got this kind of cool clicky thing, and I thought it would be fun just to add this. So let's turn this on now. So this isn't going to that delay yet, but here's what I've added. Okay, just to give us a little bit of a pulse to this. Let's add a little bit of that to this filter delay. So here we go. It's going to push that pretty high, and then I'm probably going to pull this down, but let's see. You hear that? It's adding. Because I've used odd numbers for those 16th notes, that's creating that weird kind of syncopated thing, that ba 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 thing, syncopated. Cool. Now this might be a good example to show you what happens if we put this delay directly on the drums. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to take this delay and put it exactly like right on this track. Okay. Now let's listen to this track, and you'll see that the delay actually is going to take away from the crispness of the drums just a little bit. Well, I need to put some of the dry back in. See, it's the original snare, the not delayed snare, is less crisp. So let's put this back down there. Right now we have a nice crack on it. So doing it this way just helps keep the signal a bit cleaner with these types of effects. Cool, so I'm pretty happy with that. Let's move on and go to grain delay.